Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, 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 hello. Hour number 4 of the line. Talk 995. Talk995.com. Andrew Mclain, who.com. And Real Talk 99.5 TV on the YouTube. Y'all check that out, shall you? Hook that up, my friend. Hook that on up. And watch us. Watch John Bird make silly faces throughout the day. Yeah, Ernest Financial, bringing you this part of the show. RetireWithErnest.com. RetireWithErnest.com. That's about your retirement, man. Your retirement. If you're 55 or older and you got over 50K in your retirement, I think it's time. I think it's time that you make a move that doesn't cost you anything. Cost you absolutely nothing to call David Ernest and his team and let them set up a plan for you, get your money in the right position and make it grow. I'm talking you're just leaving money on the table if you're not calling these guys because it's one of those things that most people I in 2026, I think a lot more people do this kind of thing, but there are people out there that just let it happen. They just let retirement roll through and just say, "Hey, well, let's do what we can with the money we got." Don't do that. Like, see if you can turn your retirement of your dreams into reality by simply making a phone call. That's what happens here. They protect your retirement, they make it grow, and then you are getting to do all the things you wanted to do when you retire. It's really that simple. Here's the phone number for them. Make sure you reach out and you tell them I sent you. 205, it's not 205. It's 833-596-7233. They actually changed their number over the past few months. 833-596-7233 and retirewithernest.com. Retirewithernest.com. It's amazing to me going back to what's his name? James Carville. The thought process, and we've kind of gone with this point. I didn't necessarily intend to do this, but this line of thinking that the Democrats have and how they act. They create all this chaos and then act like nothing's wrong. Act like it's completely normal and then go on to protect their actions, such as allowing bad people on the streets, leaving the borders wide open and allowing murderers and rapists to come into this country, pedos to run free, their so-called jail reform that they do in some states, where it puts really bad people back out into the communities that ultimately reoffend. There was one guy that was pardoned by Joe Biden's auto pen gimmick, guy that was in prison. He was released at the end of the Biden administration. He's been arrested again on state charges in Florida and is back in jail going to prison. This is something they do, and they don't care that people are affected by it. Case in point, since we were talking about Gavin Newsom yesterday. In California, they signed into law, Gavin Newsom signed into law, I think it was it HB something? I don't remember. But essentially, the law allowed people to get out of jail early. And in Sacramento, there was an individual who was in prison for a serial child rapist. And because of Gavin Newsom's early parole scheme that was put into place months ago, this individual is now back out on the streets. I want you to listen to the Sacramento sheriff who had to hold a press conference to let his community know that because of the governor of California, this individual is back on the street and your children are a little bit less safe.
I got a phone call from a retired sheriff sergeant who used to work child abuse back in 1995 about this case, David Allen Funston. He helped investigate it. He was angry because he read he was being released. I had no idea about it, read the LA Times article, saw what they had spoken, and got the wheels rolling. So yesterday, they printed out probably thousands of pages arrest reports on Mr. Funson and the cases he did. And take us back to 1995. He was out preying on children in the Sacramento area. We're talking children as young as 3 to the age of 7, molesting them. One young girl in North Highlands kidnapped her, molested her very viciously, drove her to Placerville, and kicked her out of the car after punching her. Think about that. He was caught eventually through the hard work of the sheriff's office, did a great job investigating it. Thousands of pages of interviews of children. And one thing about these kids, they were resilient. They did an amazing job IDing him. And back then, as a parent or anyone around kids, hey, don't take candy from strangers. Don't follow anyone. Don't get in someone's car. This is what he did. Lured them with candy, Barbie dolls, toys, and abused these kids horrifically. Horrifically. He was given 3 consecutive terms, 20-year terms. He should have been in prison the rest of his life. Unfortunately, in 2020, a bill was passed that made folks eligible for parole as early as 50 years of age once they serve 20 years. So he qualifies. He's 64 years old. I'm 62. That is dead wrong. These children, he ruined their lives. And now he's eligible. And the damage he's done, he stole their childhoods. And my issue is the parole board. I read the reports. They're horrific. You've seen some of the things he did. There's no explanation. You can't explain it away. There are some folks that deserve a second chance in life. Someone that does these type of things, they don't deserve a second chance in life. What are we coming to as a society here in California that it's okay with this, to let him out?
Think about the stark contrast, too. Comparing Alabama to California. Like here in Alabama, almost nobody can get out on parole, even people with nonviolent offenses. People that actually maybe deserve to be up for parole and deserve to be released because they've shown themselves to, be better than they once were. They can't get out of jail. But out in California, they're releasing child predators out onto the street. And these individuals that commit these crimes, they're not rehabilitated. They're not fixed. These people are wired differently, and you're likely never going to fix it. The only way to fix it is to keep them away from society. And now this guy out at 64 years old has plenty of years to ruin even more childhoods in the Sacramento area or God knows where. He could come to your community. Who knows? Because Gavin Newsom thought it was important to make sure people like this could get out. But that's what Democrats do. They protect child rapists. They protect traffickers. That's why in other cities you see the ICE protests. They're not protecting their community. They're not protecting their friends and the homely old lady that's working at the Mexican restaurant. No, they're protecting the worst among us. Even and the city government endorses it. They have it out in Chicago. They have an annual snowplow naming contest, right? So they have 6 different boroughs or 6 sections of the city that they have to have a snowplow for. And for those 6 snowplows, they let the citizens vote on what they're going to name the snowplow. You want to guess what one of the names turned out to be?
I can't imagine.
Abolish ICE. They named the snowplow Abolish ICE. And not as in kind of a cutesy way of, oh, it's like ice and ice on the street. Whatever. No, it's like, hey, we really want to abolish ICE. Along Abolish ICE are other entries like Stephen Coldebear, Pope Frio, The Blizzard of Oz, Sven Cooley,
I like that.
Caleb Williams. It's Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Bears. But they did Abolish ICE and Stephen Coldebear.
Stephen Cold Bear.
What a joke, man. This is what they're concentrated on. All the while protecting child predators. That's what the Democrat Party is. It's the party of child predators. There's no way around it. And I don't know how anybody could vote for that. The Birmingham RV Show is back at the BJCC Exhibition Hall coming up this weekend, February 27th through March 1st. We're almost in March, man. That's crazy. Get the RV of your dreams for less. Special show pricing on everything on the floor. Latest and greatest in RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers, factory rebates, financing, and on-the-spot loan approval. What more could you want? And even Spider-Man's there Saturday and Sunday. Go take your kids to see Spider-Man. Be a good parent. And don't miss Richard Dixon broadcasting live Friday, February 27th from 2 to 6 p.m. Find out more at rvsupershows.com. That's rvsupershows.com. I saw these guys in concert years and years ago, and it was such a good
I was
show.
going to say, I bet it's a great show.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It's not really special to it. It's just good music.
Yeah, I love the guy's voice.
Are they? I think they're coming to Birmingham. Breaking Benjamin.
We should go.
We should. Let's see. Breaking Benjamin tour 2026. Tuscaloosa on October 16th. Is that
We'll have to mark that date. When we go there, like the lead singer will fall off the stage and knock himself out, and they can't bring him to come to, and they'll say, "Is there anybody out there that can sing our songs?" Then I'll raise my hand, and they'll bring me up there, and they'll be so impressed they'll take me on tour with them.
Yeah, there you go.
It could happen.
What did I say? October
16th.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Amphitheater. And they're gonna be there with excuse me. They'll be there with God, I saw it. My kid sent me the lineup for this because he was interested in going too. Dang, I don't see who they're with. Oh, they're with Metallica. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Metallica.
I was going to say, dang.
Breaking Benjamin, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It doesn't say. I guess I saw it in a Facebook post or something. Let's see. Let me look at this photos. Here we go. Breaking Benjamin with special guest Chevelle.
Oh.
That's a good one.
That'll be a great show.
Chevelle, Starset, and Kamikaze or something.